Hi everyone, welcome to Story Time with Michele. Thank you for joining me today. I have a picture book for you today that is so sweet. It's about a little tree who wants to know more about the big, wide world. It's actually called The Little Tree, and it was written by Muan Van, illustrated by Joanne Adinolfi, and published by Cradled Books. Thank you to Cradled Books for giving me permission to share this book with you today. Now let's take a closer look at the cover. I think this tree might be the little tree, and she's holding a seed and looking up here at the brown bird flying in the sky. Well, let's read together and find out what happens. Are you ready? Let's go. The Little Tree by Muan Van, illustrated by Joanne Adinolfi, and published by Cradled Books. In the shadows of an old forest stood a little tree. She was so small, she was the smallest tree of all. What a beautiful, colorful, happy forest. When the little tree was a young sapling, the forest ranged farther than the eye could see. Now, after many seasons of less and less rain, the little tree could easily tell where the forest began and where it ended. Oh, I see lots of homes coming in. I wonder if that's why the forest is getting smaller. The new trees were smaller too. The older trees had grown so tall they had almost touched the stars. The new trees could barely see over their ancestors' knees. The littlest tree of all worried. The little tree looked at her little seed. The sun rose and the sun set. The little tree looked up at the stars and wondered, what do they see? One day a brown bird flew by. The little tree asked the brown bird, "Have you traveled far?" "Yes," the bird answered, "I have flown very far." The little tree asked the brown bird, "Are trees this small everywhere?" "Not at all," the bird said. "I have seen a place where trees grow 100 feet tall." The little tree asked the brown bird, "Are trees this bare everywhere?" "No," the bird answered. "I have seen a place where the leaves are so thick you can sit in the shade all day." The little tree was quiet. Then she asked the brown bird, "Are there trees like me there?" "Yes," the bird said. "There are trees like you there. There are trees with ruffly heads and trees with long noses. There are trees with pointy ears and trees with stubby toes. Trees from all over the world grow there." "Thank you," said the little tree to the brown bird. Then she closed her eyes and hugged her little seed. I love how different each of the trees looks. The sun rose and the sun set. When the little tree saw the brown bird again, she asked him, "Will you do a favor for me? Will you flap your wings with all your might?" The bird agreed. The little tree cradled her little seed. The brown bird flapped his wings with all his might, and the little tree let go of her little seed. Little seed is getting carried away by the wind and by the bird. "Goodbye, little seed," said the little tree, but the little seed was already gone. The little seed floated. The little seed dipped. The little seed danced in the breeze. The little seed sailed over the crowns of trees. The little seed flew so high, it nearly touched the stars. The sun rose and the sun set. The little tree lost count of the seasons. The forest was smaller than ever, and the little tree was no longer the littlest tree of all, though she was no bigger than before. The little tree thought often of her little seed. Do you see all the people working the land? The sun rose and the sun set. Finally, the brown bird flew back again. The little tree asked the brown bird, "Where is my little seed? Is it strong and tall? Does it remember me at all?" But this time the brown bird had no answers. The sun rose and the sun set. The brown bird came again to the little tree. This time, before the little tree asked anything, the bird said, I've heard of a very special tree. It is so tall, its shadow covers the biggest mountain. It is so strong, 100 elephants cannot knock it down, and it has leaves so bright they blind the sun. I will ask this tree if it has seen your little seed." Again the sun rose and the sun set. The brown bird returned. The brown bird said to the little tree, "The tallest, strongest, brightest tree is sending its answer soon." And there in the breeze floated a leaf. The leaf was the color of emeralds. The leaf was as big as the moon. The leaf twirled and shimmered. It flew so high it nearly touched the stars. The leaf floated down. Here comes the leaf towards the little tree. Until it landed, and the little tree knew. "My little seed," said the little tree, "you're not so little anymore. You're taller than the tallest mountain and stronger than the strongest elephant. You're brighter than the sun, and still you remember me." The end. Oh, that really was a sweet story. I think that big green emerald leaf that we saw at the end must have grown from the little seed that the little tree sent out into the world. She sent her off to grow in a big forest where she would have the opportunity to grow big and strong. And it's a little bit like how all moms and dads want their kids to find a place where they too can grow big and strong. I thought it was a very sweet story indeed. I hope you agree with me. Join me at Storytime with Michele on Facebook. I have a book club there and we can discuss the little tree, and I'd love to know what you thought about it. If you'd like to purchase your very own copy of the book, check out the description below because I've got links to Creston Books and a link for you to purchase the book. Until next time, happy reading!